crying. I'm really just a dickhead, I'm really just a dickhead. Don't act like you don't know me. This camp deserve a trophy. Baby, they know me straight. They're the most crying in history. Power potting go show up. The scammer clippers blow up. It's bossy or crying. 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 Bossy or crying.
Welcome back, everyone, to Barber News. I really hope you're all busy this time of year, or else you must really suck as a barber. And that's not even a joke. I mean, even the worst barbers are busy now. Even that barber nobody will go to. Only old men go if you're balding on top. Even these barbers are crazy busy. It's a good time to get new clients, they say. Or, it's an annoying time for clients who forgot to book in with their barber and now come to you as a plan B. If this is the case, make sure they never come back. Mess them up good. I really feel nobody actually respects barbers until it's a client who needs you. I mean the barber that can shape you up best or cover your bad hairline. But if you're just a regular barber, I don't think random clients see you any better than a chef in McDonald's. Am I wrong? Let me know in the comments. So what is it that we don't get with brands? What is it we don't understand? Can't we just accept that certain brands don't care? How long will I need to take action for? Look, when I was a barber, I didn't know the difference between a good brand and a bad one. I just partied hard and had multiple panic attacks during the week in the barbershop, so I couldn't focus on how good the clippers worked. Then once the weekend came around, I was more focused on texting a hot MILF's number I got in the shop. I lived the rock star life. It was great, but now I have a responsibility as the world's leading barber show on YouTube. I remember sometimes I would have been scrolling on Instagram, looking at barbers thinking they must be so rich. The influencers. Nearly all of them have fallen off. Some don't even cut hair anymore. Who is your favorite celebrity barber? Are they still relevant? Let me know in the comments. This information is important to me. I have gotten a therapist on the line who is going to answer my questions about the barbering world. This is going to be epic. We will discuss why certain barbers are doing things and why brands won't address problems. Dr. Duncan, you're live on Barber News. Welcome.
It's a pleasure to be back on Barber News.
I really want to jump into this with you. I'm so glad you're on. I wanted to first start with online barbering courses that are clearly a scam. I mean, it's been proven. These online courses have no benefits to barbers whatsoever, and that they could be given the advice in minutes. But it's dragged out to seem like it's some sort of education. I feel it just keeps barbers thinking they are going to get something from it, but never do. Can you explain it?
Absolutely, this has been a hot topic all over the barbering world. Let me just lay it out straight for you. Online barbering courses. They're a scam. There, I said it. And you know why? Because they're designed to drag out what any decent barber could explain to you in person in a matter of minutes. Think about it. These so-called courses prey on barbers who are hungry for advice, for that one golden nugget of wisdom that's going to level up their career. But here's the catch. They're not built to actually help you. They're built to keep you paying. Oh, they'll start off with motivational fluff. Keep pushing. You're almost there. You've got this. But then it's like, oh, wait. Before we give you that key advice, tune in next week, because that advice is going to be even better. It's a loop. A never-ending, money-sucking loop. They package this all up like you're part of some elite club. But let's be real. The only thing that started that club? The money they're making off barbers who are desperate for guidance. That's it. There's no higher purpose here. If you're a barber and you're stuck in this cycle, listen closely. You're being played. What you need isn't buried behind a paywall or a multi-week course. It's real, hands-on learning. Go to a local barber who knows what they're doing. Shadow them. Ask them questions. You'll get 10 times the value in 10 minutes compared to whatever these online hustlers are feeding you. Look, I'm not here to sugarcoat anything. You're smart enough to see through this if you stop and think. Don't fall for the hype. They're not building you up. They're just building their bank accounts. End of story.
Wow. It's so simple. I mean, it's so clear that it's just one big scam. After you explained it like this, I mean, I fully get it now.
Yes, absolutely. When someone breaks it down so simple, you don't need more information. It's clear as daylight what's going on.
It's really fascinating. I wanted to ask you about the old barbers that have fallen off. I heard such bizarre rumors that certain barbers were texting teenage girls and cheating on their wives. Seems to be happening a lot. and dabbling in drugs. But also, I feel a sense of leadership will make some people feel they are above others. And this is rather disturbing. But it happens so often. Can you tell me a little about this one?
Absolutely, but this can be a bit more complicated to explain. Let's talk about something that's a little darker but needs to be addressed. Some big-name barbers. Yes, some of them are truly great people, incredibly talented and inspiring. But let's not sugarcoat it. There's a darker side to the industry that we can't just sweep under the rug. There are barbers out there who've been found out for drug abuse, and let me tell you, the ripple effect this has on the barbershop is real. The vibes shift almost immediately. The boss is angry, the staff picks up on it, and the whole shop's energy takes a hit. Why? Because that boss or that staff member isn't focused on the craft anymore. They're focused on the next high or the next party. Come the next barber show or convention, they're not thinking about cutting hair or improving their skills. They're thinking about chasing that rush. Now, here's where it gets even messier. There's a case that's been whispered about, one involving a barber testing boundaries with teenage girls. Apparently, this went down at barber conventions, and it's clear the fame went straight to his head. I'm not going to name names here, but let me tell you this. When you mix drugs with a big ego, it's always going to end badly. It's lucky for that barber that they didn't get called out publicly because it could have ruined their life. But here's the thing. It should have. Actions have consequences, and silence only enables this type of behavior. Now I get it. When you bring these things up, people start saying, "Oh, it's not nice to talk about this stuff," or "You're being harsh." But let me ask you this, are we just supposed to stay quiet? Pretend it's not happening? Absolutely not. This kind of behavior is toxic, and it spreads like wildfire if it's not addressed. If I had my way, I'd name and shame these people on the spot. But here's the truth, usually they don't even realize how obvious they're being because the drugs cloud their judgment. The lies, the erratic behavior, the stupid decisions, it's only a matter of time before they're found out. And unfortunately, by the time they hit rock bottom, they've often already dragged others down with them. So yeah, this might be uncomfortable to talk about, but it's necessary. The barbering world can't grow if we're too afraid to hold people accountable. Secrets and fear, they only breed more destruction. So let's face it head on, even if it ruffles some feathers. It has to be done.
At the start of this, I felt maybe don't talk about it, but you're absolutely right on it. We need to address it. I know you're a busy man. I have one final question for you. I hope you can answer this one as it's left me puzzled for a long time. So the exploding clippers and trimmers, they went on fire, and some actually blew up in the shop, which is crazy. But why haven't this company spoke out about it?
Oh, this is absolutely down to legality. Ask yourself this. If you owned a clipper company and your product started popping off in barbershops, literally sparking or catching fire, what could you even say about it? Think about it. Nothing you say is going to sound good. "Oh, we're sorry," or "We'll fix it." That's not going to cut it. The problem goes deeper than just apologies. It's a combination of lack of knowledge in the manufacturing process and cheap materials being used to cut corners. But let's be real. The silence from this company isn't just about embarrassment. It's all about legal liability. The second they admit fault, they're opening themselves up to lawsuits and more backlash. And from what I've been hearing, this company might actually be on its way out, going out of business entirely. It'll be interesting to see how it all unfolds, but one thing's for sure. If they're going down, it's because they couldn't own up to their mistakes and fix them properly. Now, I want to give credit where it's due. Anyone who's had the guts to call this out publicly, props to you. It takes courage to speak out about issues like this, especially in an industry where people are so quick to brush things under the rug. Why should we stay silent about something so serious? These clippers aren't just defective. They're a safety hazard. Keeping quiet only enables companies like this to keep cutting corners, and that's not good for anyone. So yeah, I applaud those who've spoken out. We shouldn't tolerate dangerous products just because someone's too scared of legal repercussions to address the issue. At the end of the day, accountability is the only way the industry gets better, and staying silent, that's never an option.
I want to thank you for coming on. My main focus now is to just keep on speaking out if I heard anything more on these topics. I mean, why wouldn't I? I hope you all enjoyed this barber news as much as I did, and I hope you learned something from it. And guess what? I'm not going to charge you for it, I'm Toad, and you just watched Barber News. Like, comment, and subscribe, and press the bell so you can tell when I'm back. Happy Christmas. I'm out. Peace.